What can I say in the face of such humiliating evidence? I stand guilty before the world of directing over 300 cartoons in the last 50 or 60 years.
It didn't stop him. I mean, he took a lot of chances and he did a lot of experimenting. Some of it worked, like The Grinch and The Dot in the Line, which is a wonderful cartoon, when he went to MGM, and other things didn't work. For instance, he took over Tom and Jerry.
Chuck Jones is considered to be an animation legend, bringing life to such important characters as the Warner stars, and even creating some of the studio's most recognizable characters. Throughout the years, Jones worked on many different shorts with Warner, bringing them great acclaim and many award nominations. Jones was a big director for the studio. He always broke the boundaries of what a cartoon could and could not do. As Warner Brothers started struggling as a whole, the animation studio kept getting harsher and tighter budgetary restrictions, causing a dip in quality of their shorts. This didn't bother Jones. He seemed to excel with the idea, and his true art style started to show.
Oh, shucks. You moved.
Jones was the king of working with what he had. Using elements from the UPA style to his advantage, he started creating brilliant-looking shorts. As an animation director, he was always excelling compared to the other directors at Warner Brothers. But things soon started to change. The love for the UPA style was starting to influence him a lot more than previously thought, to the point where Jones and his wife Dorothy wrote the screenplay for the animated feature Gay Paris.
Music, my heart for you is one big throb. J'entends, my love for you is formidable.
This film was a secret Jones was keeping from Warner, as he was in a strict exclusivity contract preventing him from working with any other studio. This feature was set to be produced by UPA, but needed a distributor. Warner Brothers soon picked up the rights to distribute it in 1962, and quickly found out Jones violated its contract. Warner immediately fired Jones, leaving the once powerhouse of the studio looking for work. He wouldn't have to look for very long, as his search quickly ended as soon as it began. MGM was always a vast studio, especially with its animation department. The budget for its animated features were always so big compared to most competitors, giving them a real solid edge. The biggest success with their animation studio wouldn't happen until 1940, when Tom and Jerry were introduced to the world. The dynamic duo is arguably the best thing to come out of MGM, and they had William Hanna and Joseph Barbera to thank for it. This was a game changer. The shorts kept on evolving into greater and greater media, and brought the studio a lot of recognition and praise. The Tom and Jerry shorts were a success, and Hanna and Barbera were enjoying their time at MGM. It was sounding like a perfect match. Most can agree that these shorts only did so well because of its creators. Hanna-Barbera mastered the chase formula to the point where people credit them as its creator. They gave so much life to these characters, making little concepts like Jerry wanting food hilarious. Many others tried to replicate this magic but failed. They could not do it quite as well as Hanna-Barbera, as the outline was perfected so much. The Tom and Jerry shorts continued to be successful for a good amount of time. As time passed, things started to change for the animation world. The TV was introduced. It started slowing down ticket sales for the shorts, and it was the newest way to consume entertainment without leaving the comforts of your own home. With this new medium to consume entertainment, a new way of saving money in the animation world was made, and it was called limited animation. This method helped keep costs down for the studio by minimizing the amount of drawings used in a short. As the industry started to recognize limited animation as a new way to go about things, MGM was stubborn. They continued with the theatrical shorts and did not budge for a very long time. To compensate for the revenue lost, MGM started to make stricter budget cuts to help keep down costs in-house. This forced a shift in animation style with the Tom and Jerry shorts. Hanna-Barbera had no choice to adjust and kept pumping out shorts. A lot of these shorts were reused animations from before, just to help produce faster content. Things stayed like this for a bit, until MGM ordered that older shorts should be aired with the new ones. After seeing how much the older shorts were making, they decided that this was the way to go. The older shorts were more attuned to what audiences wanted. None of the problems of today with the budget issues. This was the time where MGM had really good amount of respect for their shorts. The decision was quickly made to shut down productions of new Tom and Jerry shorts. For 3 years, the older Tom and Jerry shorts were aired. This was when MGM finally decided maybe they should return to making new shorts in a limited fashion. After a failed attempt with these shorts, as audience didn't really like them, they were on the look for a new director. Lucky for them, Chuck Jones had his own studio and was looking for work. Jones was a very reputable director and was exactly what MGM was looking for. It was decided that Jones was going to take over the Tom and Jerry shorts, and it seemed to be a perfect match. Jones having so much experience and MGM giving him the chance to make these shorts, in agreement that they wouldn't use limited animation, what could go wrong? The first thing Jones did was completely redesign both Tom and Jerry. The characters were more attuned to the UPA style, really showing how this influenced them even to this day. After a brief time of preparations, the shorts finally aired, and the audience reaction was mixed. Some people praised them for being a significant upgrade to the previous incarnations, but others seemed to miss the days of Hanna-Barbera. The issues that plagued these shorts came down to Jones himself. While yes, he was a master of his craft, giving defining characteristics to top characters like Bugs and Daffy, this was different. Tom and Jerry already had fleshed out personalities and comedy styles, attuned more to Hanna-Barbera's style. Animation historian Jerry Beck stated, "His crew was closely attuned to his facial nuances and unique poses Jones was now famous for. Applying that to Tom and Jerry didn't quite fit." This was true. Tom and Jerry were known about the amount of movement they used in these shorts. It was a chase cartoon. They moved a lot, didn't really stand too still without having a purpose like a gag. The change of pace and comedy was just too different to really make it a great Tom and Jerry run. Not to say it wasn't good, but it wasn't as great as Hanna-Barbera's. By all means, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't a good fit to pair up Chuck Jones and Tom and Jerry. After 34 episodes, MGM ended the production of new Tom and Jerry shorts, finally giving them a long-deserved rest.